What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of Red One Radio. Let me mute my phone because, oh my God, what am I looking at? DSGD, so you a motherfucker, man. Let's see. Come join the show now live. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing, man? I hope everybody's good tonight. Hope everybody's having a better Wednesday than they did on Monday. Big shout out to everybody out there in the side chat. Big shout out to the top supporters that I remembered. Edgy Throttle, Chuckster, Miss Peaches, Lisa Cool. All you guys for helping support the channel, support the streams, and all of that. I wanted to do this live stream, and in this way, because I don't know, because I want to. You know, I've built this platform, you know, from one sub to the current amount of subs, subscribers, views, and all that stuff. And I've built it, and I've built it knowing that for the active viewers that watch are here to watch because of me, maybe my thoughts, you know, funny things or fucked up things that happen to me on the channel, right? And you know, this channel is me, right? There's no fake bullshit. You know, at least when you guys talk to me or see me or hear me, you know, what you see is what you get, right? I don't like to pretend. I don't like to do anything like that. And so, you know, what happened on Monday affected me, and it made me feel a certain type of way. And because, you know, this definitely isn't the first time that I've opened myself up to you guys. I chose to do it again. And I don't know, dude. For some reason, this is a hard, fucked up situation for me to really think about. And, you know, maybe me expressing my feelings and thoughts or whatever will maybe show you guys where I'm coming from and feeling. But first off, I do want to say below me down here, guys, this image, these scrolling images right here, are to the victims. That's their names. The ones who, unfortunately, got their life taken, you know, too early. And then the one that's on the right of that here is just some random images during, after. You know, it's a very sad situation, really, what happened. You know, big shout out to all the unsung heroes that are out there. You know, the ones during the incident who stepped up and did what they could. All the ones that help afterwards, as far as, you know, taking people to hospitals or doing whatever they could there on the scene, who were not, you know, a part of the police. Big shout out to the police, who stepped in and you know, did what they could to secure the situation. But I don't know if you guys understand how fucked up this is, man. Think about how many events you've been to that was outdoors, whether it's a concert, you know, most of us ride, so bike nights, you know, things like that. Think about every time you've been in a gathering of people of more than, let's just say 100. Think about how many times you've been in those situations and you got to go home at the end of the night. You enjoyed yourself or whatever it may have been, and you got to get in your car and stop at In-N-Out or Whataburger or whatever it may be. Get you a little drink or something and go home. But that shit didn't happen on Sunday night. I said Monday. Monday is when I found out about it. You know, there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be done. But what can be done? You know, tonight, guys, I wanted to just speak with you, and I wanted for you to call in. I mean, if there's ever a time that I want you guys to call in, you don't have to tell me who you are. You don't have to say anything about yourself. You can tell me what you think, whether, you know, you should ban all guns, or guns are not the issue, or whether or not different types of things should be implemented, or nothing should be done at all. I'm not here to judge anybody. But I don't know, for some reason, man, this shit really affected and hit me hard. Real quick, while I'm thinking about it, let me go different types. Sorry about that. Let me go back and find I forgot to put the links to the GoFundMe pages. If you guys want to donate, man, that's great. Here they are. Is this gonna work out right? Here, I'll just do it this way. Oh wow. One's up to 9 million. Let me put that in that doobly-doo down below. Put it right here. There's one. And then the other one, the one Casey Neistat put up, is 264,000. You know, guys, I'm not a big YouTuber, man. You know, I don't have the biggest reach in the world, you know. But sometimes I feel obligated to use what I have as a tool to get some sort of message across, to maybe make people think. You know, I could easily just bring on a guest tonight. You know, we bullshit and talk about whatever. You guys call in, ask some few questions or whatever. Like nothing ever happened, man. I could do that. But tonight I chose not to. You know, and kind of like I said in my vlog, man, you know, life is precious, man. It really is. And you won't know it until somebody threatens it. That's when you'll know. It's kind of like riding a motorcycle, right? You don't know the realism behind riding a motorcycle until you crash. Until you fucking come home with a skint up knee or a broken leg or something, that's when you realize, fuck, shit's real. And the way that this world, I don't want to single the U.S. out. So the way that this world is going, man, the chance of some fucked up shit happening at a location that you're at seems like every year that number slowly increases to the point where one day you're just going to be doing you, minding your motherfucking business, enjoying yourself, and some son of a bitch is gonna come along and fuck that up. You know? That's why I like spending time with the people that I care about. Because you never know. You never know. I mean, think about the kids who ain't got parents coming home to them. Think about mothers that don't have sons or daughters coming home to them. Fathers that don't have sons or daughters coming home. $22,000 fucking people and nearly 600 were injured, or you know, I think the official number was 527 injured, 59 dead. I could be wrong, but that was the last time I saw. You know, I don't choose to sit back and watch and harp on, you know, what the news has to say day in and day out. It's happened. Take time to reflect, and then, you know, there's no point in really just watching the news. I personally don't watch the news because, you know, to me, I think if you constantly watch mainstream media, you know, you're eventually going to get swayed to feel the way they want you to feel, like, oh, these people are going to attack you, be scared of this, or did you know your microwave could kill you? And you're like, wait, what the fuck? I got a microwave? Wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of shit, man. I choose to, you know, use my time to playing video games or talking shit about Ghost Ninja and his Daytona 675. Or fucking with Boris. Boris, I need the coffee. Okay? Matter of fact, Boris, you bring the coffee this Friday. This Friday at the, what do you call it? Cycle Gear Bike Night. Boris, you better bring coffee. I'm going to be thirsty. Thirst is real, so I want to see some coffee there, sir. I'll appreciate that. But seriously, guys, man, I mean, one of my greatest fears right now is that this will be mimicked. It's a fear of mine that I have. Think about all the places where a lot of people gather. You know, my first thought was, like a Times Square or like Chinese Theater, all these places where people gather. It's one of my biggest fears right now. Because people see shit on TV and they're like, man, I can do that. Well, you know what? I'm having a bad day too. You know what, guys? Those phone lines are open. I'm going to go ahead and take calls. I mean, look, I could literally speak for fucking an hour and just, I don't know. If you know me, you know I love to talk. And, you know, if there's anything that I miss or whatever, I'll try to say it later. But those phone lines are open. If you guys want to call in, I urge you to call in. Like I said, you don't have to be known. If you want to say your piece or whatever. Also, make sure you check that doobly-doo down below. I got 2 links to the GoFundMe pages if you choose to donate. Also, big shout out to everybody out there who's donated blood. I know Edgy Throttle and a couple other people personally, you know, had donated blood. I had a person hit me up talking about that's all they could do at the time. And big shout out to them for, you know, doing that. I'm glad I've at least inspired a couple of people to do something. But make sure you guys call in. 516-387-1431. Got a caller on the line right now. I'm going to go ahead and take that call. But yeah, guys, man, whatever you want to say, like I said, I'm not here to pick on you, your ideology, or anything that you believe. I'm not here to challenge you in any kind of way. You know, you know, me personally, I love open dialogues, so I want to have one. So let's go ahead and take this first call, and we'll see what's going on. And also, I found out without the host, there's like, I can get it to where there's no lag, which is weird. But anyways, let's take this first call. Call you live on the air. What up? Oh my God, they fucking hung up. Damn it. That's funny. Call if you want to call back, man. I literally just clicked the answer line and you hung up. I don't know, guys. It's, you know, I don't know why this affects me so much, man. Why, like, when I really stop to think about it, it's even more fucked up than beforehand or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, think like those people were helpless, man. You know, everybody was like, get down, but man, the shots just ringing out from up above. That don't help. At this point, man, your best bet is to get behind something or get the fuck out. Like Booster said, yeah, it's a cold world, man. Can't donate blood, they won't take it because I'd pass out. Well, hey, as long as your heart's still pumping, you still giving blood. Huh. All right, we got another call on the line. Let's go ahead and answer this. Caller, you live on the air. What up?
Hello. How's it going?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, but this, you know, because you were talking about, you know, the mainstream media, you know, trying to change opinions and stuff like that. Like, I watched maybe 10 minutes of the news because my mom was watching it on TV. Huh. And literally they spent more time bitching about Donald Trump and talking about gun control than, you know, focusing on, you know, the fact that, you know, at the time I think it was 58 people had died.
Okay.
Like, they spent more time on that than just focusing on the victims and all this other stuff. It's like, you know, they have to politicize everything. I get that, but why can't you do it, like, you know, 3 or 4 days after these people have passed? Not like, not even 24 hours after these people have passed, but just really, strict, struck me that these news broadcasters they don't give a shit at all.
Well, most people don't until it's in your backyard or until it hits someone that you personally, until it affects you. That's when it becomes an issue. I had heard something, don't know if it's true or not, but that the artist that was currently live on stage was a gun advocate or a Second Amendment advocate, and he was saying that, well, we have guns too, but they were all in the van or bus or whatever, like they didn't have access to them at all. But they were like, even still, if we did have access, like we didn't know where the shots were coming from. It wouldn't have helped, But as far as the news media, man, I mean, they're not gonna wait, right? They're gonna be up in your face about it, whether it's interviews or anything like that, right? They want to immediately get to the families of whomever, especially the shooter, things of that, right? They're
just
trying to
bother them and make them more upset than what they were already because they just lost loved ones.
Right. I mean, because for them, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? They still got to make money, and if you don't do that job, they're gonna get rid of you and find somebody else who will.
Yeah, I could not do that job. I've got morals.
Well, I don't know if necessarily it's a morality issue. I mean, there's information that you may have that, I don't know, man. I don't know how. I mean, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't want somebody in my fucking face with a camera asking me about why the hell my older brother or whatever snapped or some weird shit.
I mean, yeah, how the fuck should he know? I mean, it's just like, I don't know. They interviewed, because I haven't watched the news at all since then. But I mean, have they started to interview families of some of the ones that passed, that were shot? Yeah, have they done that?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't.
I'm just a matter of time.
I'm not watching the mainstream media, dude. I don't have cable TV. Like I don't watch television. Like the only time my television gets turned on is the Chromecast shit. Chromecast videos from YouTube or like Netflix or something. Or every now and again my console, my Xbox may get turned on. So I don't, the only news that I get is shit that pops up on my fucking phone or stuff that I may see via some YouTubers that I watch, like Philip DeFranco and other YouTubers that put out news and stuff like that. That's it. So
yeah, I like Philip DeFranco a lot.
I like his approach, man. He tries to be very neutral. You know what I mean? Like he has his point of view, but at the same time, he's not trying to knock anybody from the that's on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, I like that because as a person, I'm pretty neutral in terms of politicalness as well. I personally don't really give a shit about politics. I care more about people and just I think people should have the right to do whatever the hell they want as long as they're not really hurting anybody.
True. Yeah, I mean, I think, like drugs and bullshit should be legal. I mean, fuck it, why not? You want to get high in your own goddamn place? Do it. But, you start affecting other motherfuckers, like you start coming out of your home bubble, then that's when I got issues. But, let me ask you this, man. Do you think... Actually, there's a lot of questions I can fucking ask you. I'm trying to find the easiest one, like... I don't want to ask you what if or what could, how could, or whatever. I'm trying to think of something that's okay. Where do we go from here? Because
in terms of
as a country, man, because the term, what is it? Mass shootings, right? 4 people or more killed at one time. I think there's been above I think it's like 300 this year. Granted, they're not,
worldwide.
No.
In
I believe
alone?
just in this country alone. But it's under the criteria of 4 people or more. Now, granted, there's a lot of things that 4 people or more get killed that never make it to mainstream news. It's something of significance, right? 10, 12. That's what makes it to the news. But my question, where do we go from here, man?
It's just one of those things that's, it's really, I don't know. I mean, some people say, just outright banning guns is a good idea, but I mean, look at, say, like England. They've been illegal there for a long ass time, and evil people that want to fucking kill people, they just run them over with cars or bomb them or whatever. People, what I always say, evil people, no matter what you ban or what laws you pass, evil people that want to do evil things will find a way to do that evil, no matter what.
True. But I will say this though, how people always like, well, criminals don't abide by laws and et cetera, and et cetera. Well, that is true. I will agree with you on that. But it's the ones who aren't in what's the word I'm looking, inherent or whatever, who are not criminals today. Those aren't the people.
Yeah. Those are the real scary ones.
Right? Yeah, dude walks in, his fucking best friend's got his nuts hanging out of his wife. That type of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And then he snaps and kills both of them.
Right. And then decides to take it out on wherever, place A, place B, or location C. But
I mean, supposedly this guy, there was no supposed like motive or anything. He just fucking decided to do it and planned it out very extensively. The dude had like 30 guns.
Yeah, there's some motive, man. Hopefully we figure it out. I mean, we'll see what happens in the future, but I'll go ahead and give you the last word before I take this next call, man.
So yeah, I just, if it ever, because it's news and media, they focus on, the bad people. We gotta think about, all the good people out there, the people that, in this, they, helped, people that had been wounded, get to hospitals and, protected them, gave them medical aid, whatever they needed, those are good people right there,
Yeah.
You gotta, I wish the media would focus on those heroes and not on the guy that, or not on the piece of shit that caused it all.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Well, all right, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. I appreciate, you let me know how you feel, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Peace.
Bye.
Well, shit, ladies and gentlemen. All right, moving on to the next call. 714, you alive on the air. What up?
What up, Red One? It's Boosted.
What's going on, dude? I saw you over there. Said you was going to call in, man. What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Well, one of my friends actually lost her life during the Las Vegas incident.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was Rocio Guillen. Well, she was my general manager when I worked for her, and man, I've known her for about 7 years. And yeah, it's just crazy, man. Just hearing the news, when the names got released.
See, that's crazy, right? See, to you, now it hits a little more closer to home, Let me ask you personally, do you feel, like, how does that, do you just feel like most people who are sympathetic or sympathizers of the situation, or do you feel like angered in any way or something like that?
Yeah, I just feel anger. Just, I don't know. It's a lot of emotions, really. It's, like, I guess, because we worked at a restaurant, so, anyone who works at a restaurant, everyone you work with becomes family at a certain point.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's anger just at the fact of how she lost her life, like I commented down below. It's like none of the victims lost their life, like in an accident or natural causes or anything. It was, at the hands of someone who just opened fire from what we know, no apparent reason. So it's kind of, it's really frustrating. Just thinking about it, it's frustrating. And yeah, you do get a little angry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more fearful than I am angry, because being angry to me doesn't do anything but to me it doesn't work. I mean, yeah, you can be angry about the situation, but it's a lot of energy spent in the wrong direction. But I'm more fearful of, like I was saying earlier, like, what's next? Because like I said, right, I don't want to say this country, but like, people copycat shit, man. Like the first time we had the big school shooting, right? What was that? The Colorado joint. And then there was like more after that. I'm not saying they were close or anything, but people look at certain situations as blueprints and go from there. And so I'm just fearful of someone who takes this incident and uses that as a way to cause harm to maybe even more people or something like that.
Yeah, just like the movie theater shooting. I mean, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's not just me, but when I go to movie theaters, in the back of my head, I'm just looking around like,
right. I've done
where
that.
the exit's at.
Yeah, I've actually done that a couple times. Because what's funny is when that whole shooting went down, I want to say I was in Japan at the time, so like it didn't really affect me, right? It didn't. I'm like, yeah, I'm in Japan, though. And speaking of Japan is a nation. They have a no gun law, man. And I mean, you can actually have a gun in Japan, but the like requirements is way over the top. Like I saw something where the police, they come out quarterly, so like every 3 months or something like that, to inspect the gun, to inspect the place that that you keep it or have it, something, right? Like there's rules to be able to own a weapon, but that's the thing. It's like, I think you have to be approved and all that, but it's a nation of no guns. And so being over there, you don't have to worry about being shot. Worse than you gotta worry about is being fucking stabbed or some shit, but even in Japan too, like they have laws against knives. So a knife can't be, I forgot what the length is, but a knife can't be over a certain length. So even like your big fucking kitchen knives that are really long, like those would be considered illegal in Japan, but yeah, I do remember when I did come back to the U.S. and I went to, I forgot what movie it was I went to go watch. I remember it was an IMAX 3D. And yeah, in the back of my head, I was thinking like, damn, if a motherfucker walked in here right now and stood in front of the screen and just started blasting, like, ain't nowhere to go. You got to go down to get to the fucking exits. I'm like, man, that's a fuck. And it just kind of made me think about it a little bit more. Like, damn, that's a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
The same incident also happened back in Austin. Back in the 60s, a dude went to the clock tower with a rifle and popped off students one by one. See, that's fucked up. See, I wasn't around in the 60s. I know Ghost Ninja was around in the 60s. He's old as fuck, but damn, that's crazy, dude. But but back then, right? He had a sniper rifle, like, or some kind of rifle. I don't want to say he had something fully automatic.
Yeah.
Right? It was just round after round, clip after clip after clip, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Have you are you in touch with you said it was your old boss, right?
Yeah, she was my old GM, and yeah, I mean, when I worked for her, that's when I met my baby mama. And yeah, I mean, she would always want to meet my daughter, but she's out in Texas, so
Right.
I stopped by today. Over here in Eastville, and I donated. I wrote a letter, and I donated some money to them. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's the least thing you'd expect to happen, and yeah, when it hits close to home, that's when shit gets real, and you're like, oh crap,
Gotcha. Well, hey, Boosted, I'm gonna give you the last word, man, before we switch over here to the next call.
Yeah, well, I really don't have much more to say. Just, life is precious. One day you're here, the next you're gone, and try not to leave any, like my coworker said, don't leave any loose ends.
That is true.
So,
well, all right, brother. I appreciate you.
Have a good night, Rick.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you calling in, man. Much love.
No worries. Me too.
See, that's real shit, ladies and gentlemen, right there, man. Like, you may not know somebody directly, but I guarantee you that somebody somewhere is affected in some fashion, some form of fashion. Let's go to this next call right here. Let's see here. 623 live on the air. What up?
Hello?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
It's Peaches.
What's going on, Miss Lady? Long time listener, first time caller?
Yeah, dear.
That's what's up. What's on your mind now?
Nothing much. I don't understand why the world does this.
I don't think we'll ever understand.
It hurts everybody. Why do we have to hurt each other?
Well, I don't know. That's a question for psychologists. Wait. Yes, psychologists. I almost said philosophers. No, I don't know. Because I think educated people are not in that mind state. I don't understand what would make some. For one, that is a well, I won't say smart. That ain't the wrong. That is a very well thought out thing. Like, if somebody said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna give you 20 guns. I want you to go out and hurt as many people or kill as many people as possible." I don't know what I would logistically come up with. Like, I could probably, like, it wouldn't be that kind of numbers. Like, think about it. Dude had to have either known that concert was going on and plotted out everything start to finish before he even got to the first shot. Like, so I don't know who thinks that way or why people think that way. I think if we knew, we would do whatever we could to prevent it. But it doesn't seem like him or his family was struggling, right? I mean, supposedly dude had like money, right? He was winning and gambling a bunch of fucking money. Obviously, he had enough money to buy a fucking enough guns to hold down a small town police station, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what goes through people's minds. I mean, hopefully something will come up in the next couple of days or here soon that maybe gives us a little insight into maybe what was going on, so at least we can be like, oh, okay, the girlfriend cheated on him and then she went to the, or whatever, or you know what I mean, like something that we can relate to. Something that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's not adding up right now.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
I know when I heard about it, I was actually on the IG with Dropping Valves. He did a live stream on there for anybody who wanted to listen to the police scanners.
Oh, he has
That's how
one?
I heard about it.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought he in like
so
Texas or some shit, or
yeah, but he had the frequency or whatever for Vegas, so we were listening to it live.
Wow.
Yeah, there was over 41 SWAT teams. They had the whole entire strip shut down. They turned off all the lights, and they were busing people from the hotels to California because there was such a mass amount of people.
Right. Jesus Christ. See that type of stuff I didn't know. I didn't know. From what I had heard too, there was it took them about an hour before they got to the hotel room. My thing is, nobody else was on 32nd floor. Nobody 2 doors down heard some shit popping off middle of the night. Nobody heard nothing. Hey man, I hear some shit. It sound like gunfire going ham 2-3 doors down. Like nobody heard that shit, or the floor up.
Yeah.
I don't get why it took an hour. I mean, I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, no, you know what's really scary is an hour into listening to this scanner, somebody comes over the radio and says, can we get somebody to rope off this area? The crime scene is wide open. There's people walking through it.
Wow.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, really? It's been an hour, guys. You could have roped it off, done something. But no, people are just walking right through it.
And you said how many SWAT teams? Boris was asking.
There was 41.
41. So that was they probably came from all over damn.
Yeah, they were calling in resources from everywhere. It was bad.
Yeah, I get you right to victory. It's Vegas. People were drinking, blah, 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 blah. But still, man, like every now and again, somebody got to hit that 32nd floor because they forgot they fucking, I don't know, something in the room and,
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, not everyone goes to bed in Vegas. We know this. You stay up, you gamble, you drink. But there's the older generations that, they don't do that at night. They go to bed.
Right. Yeah, midnight.
So somebody...
midnight is time to go to bed. If you go Ninja's age, it's like, oh, come on, babe, we got to wake up. Check out is at 10 tomorrow. Like, the fuck? Nah, you take your old ass to bed. I'm staying down there. But nah, I don't know. I mean, I've even heard a conspiracy already that there was a second shooter.
I can actually confirm that conspiracy was starting that night, because over the scanner they were saying there was 2 shooters, one down in the plaza and then one in the room. So they were saying that night that it happened.
At Red One, the dude was a gun runner for the feds. What the fuck that mean? Well, how do you run guns in the U.S.? I don't get it, Chex, but I don't know. What other information do you know? Because honestly, like you are well more educated in this shit than I am. All I know is people died, people hurt. There was a shooter.
That's basically all that. Yeah, that's basically all that I've got. I mean, we were just sitting there. He was still on the road when all of this was going on. So it was crazy that night. I mean, we don't watch TV either. I got rid of cable completely.
Yeah.
I don't believe in all that bullshit anymore.
Right.
So
I just want to watch HBO. Well, you need to buy this 47 channel package. Like, I don't want that package. I just want HBO.
yeah, exactly. No, it's not worth it.
Right.
So I was on my phone with the live stream going on Insta, and my sister, my brother-in-law, my husband, my kids, everybody was just surrounding me, listening in on this, because that was the only way we would know what was going on.
Okay.
So it's like...
Yeah, I'm seeing Boris and Fat Boy 6 over here talking about, there was videos showing. Okay, I saw the video too, but I didn't look into it really hard. But you're right. To me, it didn't look like it was a 30-second floor. Yeah, it looked like it was the 10th through like the 15th or some shit, right? Somewhere around in there. And then you see the little flashing, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe some dudes in there taking like. Maybe dude's got a strobe light. I don't know, dude. I'm really digging hard for a bullshit excuse, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? It's Las Vegas. There's more cameras in Vegas per like square whatever mile or square fucking acre, some shit, than anywhere else in the world. You telling me, like? How come we don't have more footage? Because you got to expect the casino next door has got footage of the casino that's next door to them, right? Like, you would think, right? Like, that casino's watching that casino and that casino's watching that casino, because if somebody happened to steal some shit, get out the back door, and then they go across, whatever, like, they would have cameras up on top of cameras watching everywhere. Like, are there not cameras? I don't even know at this point why cameras, well, other than finding this second shooter, if there is one. I don't know.
Well, what I don't understand is, with as large of an amount of money that's just flowing through Vegas, you can't tell me that there wasn't something there, to, I don't know, help them out a little bit better. Their security forces and things like that have to be a little bit higher up than everywhere else because of all the money. So, metal detectors, something like that.
Well,
how did he get that gun into the room?
I don't. Yeah, the metal detectors, you can easily turn that down, because metal detectors are, you're going to screen every person that walks into your hotel.
Well, why not? The airports do it.
You can't. Then there would be a big ass line at the front door to get in your hotel room every time you walked in. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I mean, think how much metal shit people have, because it's not like a simple.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, you got a hairdryer, that motherfucker's going off. Like everything in your damn suitcase is going off.
Yeah, but there has to be some other way of being able to check these people.
Well, here's the thing: we'll find out, right? We will find out. Because there's things that I am seeing, and right where okay, so you have all this shit where the Muslims or whatever fucking airplanes, and then boom, now everybody got to take the fucking shoes off. Everybody got to jump through hoops when you go through a fucking airport, right? But now somebody has created a new thing, right? Like, so flying the airplanes and the planes was a new thing. So we as a country put in every fucking put in every fucking step or thing to do to stop that from happening. So now we have a bunch of guns in a hotel room, kill a bunch of people. Are we going to do anything to prevent that from happening? And from what I'm seeing right now is nope. We ain't going to do a goddamn thing. So I don't know. I mean, is there an easy fix to that situation? Probably not. But is there an easy fix to stop planes from flying into buildings? No.
No.
And it's every time we go to the airport. I take my belt off, take my shoes off. Fucking, I can't bring water or liquid or like, damn, I gotta throw the water bottle away or drink it right here in line. Like, I don't know. Sucks. But you know what, Miss Peaches? Let me give you the last word. We got another caller calling in. I'll give you the last word before I jump to the next one.
I don't have anything to say, hon. It was nice talking to you.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. Much love, respect to you, and appreciate you for showing love to the channel.
Always, Red.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Later. That's curious, Boris. I'm glad I wasn't the only one that kind of thought there could be a second shooter. You too, fat boy. I don't know. Oh, damn, I said that. Fat boy R6. You got to throw the R6 on there or it just sounds like I'm calling Boris a fat boy. Anyways. All right, let's move on to this next call right here, ladies and gentlemen. 404, you live on the air. What up?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
It's Cali Katana.
Oh, shit. What's going on, Mr. Atlanta himself?
Yeah, doing good. I finally got my shirt, but didn't get a key tag.
I don't have key tags.
Oh, just your key tag. All right. Well,
Nope. But you,
I got my
but
shirt.
you, yeah, nah, yeah. I don't have key tags. Every time I look into it, I'm like, that's too much money. Moving on.
Yeah, did you see my thing on Instagram where it's $145 for lane splitting?
Yeah, I saw that. It's not
So, yeah. See why I was in lane splitting in Georgia?
bad. Yeah.
I was talking about you're talking about the whole shooting thing. You know, to me, it's a real tragic. But let me ask you this: do you think it's different now because it's white people that's gotten shot and it was a country western kind of thing?
No. Wait. What do you mean? Like different how?
Okay.
Oh,
Let me ask
you just mean like
say this situation happened at a Source Awards or a Tupac concert. Do you think you'd get this much attention?
yes and no. I'd say yes because somebody would try to prove a point or prove a narrative. No, because it's not Billy from next door or Susan from up the street or something. I don't know. But here's what's fucked up in this country, and I can say this, is that we all, as people in this country, know for a fact if dude's name would have been anything Middle Eastern, tell me that I'm wrong. But if the dude's name would have been Middle Eastern, oh, it'd have been hell raised on the motherfucking on the news. It'd have been we need to blow up some shit. We need to do all this and that to this country, that fucking that blah 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 fucking blah, right? But because it's somebody who looks like you live next door to, there's a different reaction.
What is the reaction right now? 'Cause I don't think they're really saying a lot.
Well, the thing is, you got first I got fake news. Some people say it's from the 15th floor. Some people say it's another shooter. It's just, but my thing is this, that you had, okay, what about the white kid that ran inside a church and shot all those black people in a church? They captured him alive. They took him to Burger King, and, there's no GoFundMe page for those victims.
No, there probably was. I mean, it's just well, I don't know, man. Here's the thing, man. I mean, and this is what America is. Some people are, I hate using this word, woke or whatever. Some people are woke to these certain things. Some people are just like brain dead when it comes to it. Some people feel like, oh, well, that the church shooting and this or something or whatever got the same amount of attention or whatever. And it's like, no, dude, they're totally two different things or whatever, right? You know, I hate trying to, you know, always, like, I hate blaming race for a lot of things in this country or whatever, but I mean, let's be honest, dude. Like, if it would have been anything other than a white guy, yes, there would be a different reaction in the news media, online, and et cetera, and et cetera. That's a fact. I don't care. You can hate me for it. You can go ahead and smash that fucking thumbs down, but I don't care. But it's a fact in this country, man. You know what I mean?
Well, if that's the case, let me ask you this then. If you say that's the case, then look at the hurricanes. Look, we had Harvey and Irma, right? The United States is out there doing whatever they can do. But Puerto Rico gets hit. They're not doing really much of anything, even though they're part of the United States. But because they are of what? Different nationality, they're still being treated like crap, too.
Yeah,
Did you see the pattern?
Well, like I said, some people can sit back and some people see it, some people don't, you know. I don't hate either one, you know. One thing I don't try to do, though, I don't try to bring it to light or force whatever down people's throats on this platform. That is more for people that I am close to, the people that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, who or somebody that is, you know, that I consider a friend. I will try to get them to see the other side. Why? It's because they're a little more sympathetic with me because they know me. They're not one to just turn around and be like, well, "Fuck you, Red," in the comments, right? No, it's just somebody who will take the time to be like, okay, well, maybe if you know they can relate a little bit more. It's kind of like, you know, talking to a friend of mine. I know I throw his name under the bus, but I don't want to put it out there. But a friend of mine, you know, was talking about how, you know, until he started working with a black dude, he never knew that, you know, like what black people's struggles can, or quote, words or were or is or whatever. And he's like, dude, and that's the thing, like, dude wasn't old, or he wasn't young, you know, he was like an older gentleman, so he had lived some years, and, you know, getting somebody else's perspective is when he was like, holy fuck, dude, I didn't know this, you know, and then it's all this other type of shit. So, but, I fucking forgot what your original question was.
It's fine. I know, and like, yeah, I'm not trying to make this like, I'm not trying to say like, oh, you know, racism, this and that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to do that. All I'm saying is kind of like, you know, it's a tragic thing that happened, and tragic things have happened to black people a lot of times, and now this happens to somebody that's not black, and now it's kind of like, oh man, look, this is crazy. You know, I kind of wish he didn't kill himself, because honestly, I think the worst thing in the situation is nobody knows why. Like, why is like the biggest thing.
True.
I mean, it's like you know, if say your child dies, you want to know why. You want to know, so you know, what was going through that person's head. You know, why would he do that? I mean, he wasn't broke, he wasn't poor. You know, he brought guns up to you know, his hotel room, which, you know, you really can't regulate that. How are you gonna stop somebody from doing that?
Right.
You really can't.
No. Especially in a state that has,
you know,
whether concealed carry, open carry, right? All of that shit, like, you know, it's.
I mean, do you think? But let me ask this: do you think? I know it's too early to do gun laws, but do you really think people need like those high-powered rifles, like AK-47s? Like,
no.
You know, like, what do you really need that much firepower for?
Well, number one, I'm biased. I am anti-gun. However, I don't want to take your gun. And I've already did a live stream about this like a year ago. I don't know if you guys were around back then. That shit was so funny because people just, it was after the show, people were just, they see the title and they'd immediately run in and just start commenting like, fuck you, Red. Well, not really fuck you, Red, but it was just, they were all this and that. I'm like, dog, did you even watch the shit? Like, I just said that me personally, like, I'm not the dude that's going to go out and buy some guns. I don't feel like I need a gun to protect myself. I feel like I don't need a gun in my household. I don't hate anybody else that does. I don't, I'm indifferent when it comes to guns, right? So I have friends that have weapons, and they'll show me the shit. Hey, man, you want to check out my gun? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Grab it, like I'm comfortable around guns. I know how to clear guns. I know how to check to make sure that it's safe and all of that thing. I just personally don't want them, in my house. So gun laws and all of this shit, I don't know if it. Here's the thing: we're at a point where there's a gun per person, nearly, whether it's over or under, depending on how you look at the situation. So you have guns that are here that are not going anywhere unless people volunteer. Say if you just tomorrow, all right, guns are no longer allowed to be sold in the United States, and you can't purchase guns, you can't import guns, you can't do anything. No more guns. Can't not buy guns. Well, there's already 300 million in this country. So those 300 million then will have to be relinquished to somebody to be destroyed or dismantled or things of that nature, right? Okay, and so if we decide to do some straight over the top shit and say, hey, we're coming to your fucking house, we're sweeping your house, checking to make sure every goddamn gun is gone. Well, now you're gonna have people out here hiding shit. Guns are not going away. Yep. They're not going away, man.
Nope.
So it's
and I'm not saying take the guns away. What I'm saying is this. Let me ask something, Ray. If you have an AK-47 and you have a normal handgun, an AK, I would think you need to do more training to learn how to use a handgun, because I don't care who you are or what you have. If someone comes to my house and I shoot them in the leg, that's pretty much going to stop them from keeping coming, what I need to do. But an AK-47, you just literally just pull the trigger and just aiming in the direction that person's in. That's just too much. I think they should just get rid of the high-powered weapons and just make normal handguns.
Look, I agree. I agree. But at the same time, I'm gonna have a friend or somebody that's gonna argue on the flip side of that, and they're gonna argue it very Tim Cricht style. And at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, yeah, you got a point though. I don't like it, but you got a point though. And
what would they argue?
I don't know. No. Then that's no. That's the thing. I can't, because I'm not on that side.
Oh, okay.
It's not fair.
Oh,
but
okay.
There's a lot of times where, for instance, I've talked to Tim Cricht about something I was fully one-sided on. Tim Cricht goes ahead and he produces his argument, and then by the end of it, I'm like, I can see where he's coming from. Yeah, still don't agree with it, but yeah, I can see where he's coming from. So you're gonna have somebody out there that's going to say, oh, for whatever reason, or blah 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 blah. I don't know. I'll tell you this, if I'm out in Alaska, goddamn full 500-pound bear come running my direction, I guarantee, I know a Glock 17 ain't gonna put that motherfucker down. But I know if I had an AK on fully auto.
Yeah, but that's just in Alaska. But I'm talking about you living in California, and you live in a little duplex and stuff like that. You really don't need that much, firepower. For what reason? Think about it. What if that guy didn't ever have a rifle? If he had out there with a revolver shooting 6 shots, whatever, that would lessen the whole count of the bodies.
Yeah, I'm sitting there reading. See, AK-47's already legal. Yeah, Red One. You actually, what is it? Actually, if you look at the stats from '95 to today, we now own. Bitch, why is you not calling in, Ride? But whatever. We now have 4.5 guns per household, and then the gun murder rate has dropped because of it. Sure. That's great, but when somebody has high capacity magazines, etc., and etc., and etc., right? A, B, and C could, can, and may happen, or has happened, or whatever. Look, I don't know, man. It's a very.
My wife said this. She told me, she said the reason why guns are not going to go away, and we shouldn't, is because say if the government does take all the guns away, then the government would have all the power, and you couldn't fight against them.
Okay, yes, that's an argument. There's an argument for everything, right? But I know guns aren't going away because there's just a sheer fucking large amount of guns, and for every dude that okay, you're saying 4.5 guns per household, but what about that household that has more guns than a neighborhood? Right? When there was that one old dude, I think, who had died or some shit, and then they found like 3,000 or 4,000 guns or some stupid shit in a fucking shed out back or some shit. I forgot how many guns. Dude had like, he literally could he could arm like a fucking battalion, dude. Like, dude had guns for days, man. Like hundreds and hundreds of different, types and calibers and all this other shit. I don't know gun talk very well, but so getting rid of guns is okay. Guns are not going away, but because I've sat back and thought, I kind of want to move away from guns. I've thought about, since guns aren't going anywhere, what can be done to try to prevent what's going on? I don't know.
What do you have anything to say about it, Morgan?
Guns don't kill people. Stupid people kill people. That guy with 90,000 AKs up his house doesn't be living there when the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, my wife thinks they're having all those guns and she's waiting for the zombie apocalypse or something like that. But I don't know. To be honest with you, I think it needs to be more restrictive as far as who gets guns. I think they need to like say mentally health people, and just like mental health people.
I mean, the only thing,
when you go gun shows, they don't do background checks at gun shows.
Well, I think at this point, it's, you have to take today and then move forward, right? You can't constantly say, well, this and that, et cetera, but I just think I really think that I do want stricter. I want it a little more difficult. I think I want a little more difficult to purchase weapons. Like I said, I'm not a weapon owner, so therefore I don't understand, or I can't necessarily relate to somebody who would throw a fit or be upset that somebody wants them to do or jump through an extra hoop, right? Look at how much shit that we have to go through to get certain things in this country, licenses or whatever it may be, but yet still purchasing something, that could be used for protection. It could be used for self-defense, well, which is protection. Goddamn, I just said the same thing twice. Good job, Red. Could be used to hurt someone. Is a little bit easier to purchase, I don't know, man. To me personally, I don't have the situation. I don't have a good answer. But I do feel that, like, lobbying and other shit is prohibiting people from finding a good answer. From
the thing is that I don't think there is ever going to be a perfect answer. It's kind of like saying, oh, well, there's X and X amount of car accidents per year, so we should take cars off the road. No, because at the end of the day, there's not an amenable ending to this where everybody's happy. The thing is like Bill O'Reilly who said it, and they had a problem on Young Turks where he said this is like the collateral damage of freedom. And it kind of is, because you can only regulate so much before you take away. And the thing is that America's not Europe, where we walk around with billy clubs and, like, if the government decides that, it becomes a dictatorship, there's nothing they can do about it. Over here, that's why it's America, because we can have guns. We can overthrow a government. We can have a revolution if we need to. And that's ultimately the reason why they'll never do without guns. Or hopefully they never will.
I mean, I always said this when it comes to, like, a revolution.
They
like,
do, or just
I'm sorry, like, it'd be hard for the average citizens of America to take over this fucking government, it'd be pretty goddamn difficult. Sorry.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's silly because they did it before.
Yeah. How many years ago?
Not that many. Think about it.
You ever heard of
It
this
wasn't
thing?
that long ago.
You ever heard of this
There were
thing
bunch
called a
of
drone?
ass-
Can you kill a motherfucker from the sky 5,000
Hey,
miles?
have you ever-
Oh,
Speaking of drones, there's that one show. What's that show I watch where they have the drones that kill you and they're overthrowing the aliens? The only reason they can do it is because government did not want it done.
look, all I'm saying is when I was deployed in
That
Iraq,
incident that happened, basically the cost of freedom. You're always going to have some psychopath with a gun.
look, all I'm
You
saying
can't-
is
I mean,
if the
you-
government wait, hold on. All I'm saying is if the government had to fight its own people, understand that this government is really good at killing people. They've gotten practice out of it.
The government is made of people.
No, but they've had practice. You understand that, right?
Billy Bob up in the sand pit with his AK-47.
Right, but Billy Bob's never been shot at. Well, I'm saying, like, it's the military. Like, I was in the military. I've been deployed. I've been in a war zone, right? That's practice. So you got dudes that have been in multiple wars. So I'm just saying, like, if it came down to it, the United States military is trained and good at killing people. Like, it blew my mind when I found out the Predator drones, I think they were back then, were being flown by motherfuckers in Vegas. I was like, yeah, dude, where are you? And he's like, oh, I'm in Las Vegas. I'm like, huh. Well, good to meet you, dude. I'm in Kirkuk, Iraq. He's like, oh, that's what's up.
Right.
I was like, wait, what? So then I found out so there's a crew that flies the drone from takeoff to landing. That's all they do. That's in Iraq. And then once the drone's airborne and so high, they fucking switch it off to Las Vegas. So I'm saying, like, you can kill motherfuckers that you ain't even in the same goddamn hemisphere in. Just saying, blow them clean the fuck off the map, and just. But anyways, I don't want to go there. I'm done going there. But you know, guns are here. They're gonna be here. What we do in the future can help or hinder. And I don't know which one is going to happen.
Where's NRA in all this?
Huh?
Where's NRA? They're not saying anything. What about them?
I can't hear him. It sounds muffled.
What about the NRA? You know, the one thing about them we understand is when you try to take guns, they speak up. They're like, no, that's our Second Amendment and blah, blah, blah. But then when something goes wrong like this, they're never, you won't hear nothing to them.
Yeah, I mean, NRA is a different beast, but I mean that has to do with it's how our government's set up, man. Right? You can lobby and you can pay politicians to go on TV and redirect and talk about something else, right? It's the same reason why, and you know, the telecommunications lobby to fucking make shit in their favor. Like, what do you mean, dude? We don't want to we don't want to upgrade infrastructure. We don't want to lay fiber optic cables. Going to cut into our budget, blah 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 blah. So they lobby, and then they try to get Title II to return back to Title I, so they can input a fast lane and a slow lane, and charge Netflix to fucking keep their shit. No, I'm like, but look, legalized bribery is a thing in our country, dude. Like, so the NRA pays politicians. They pay for, you know, you got to think about like, what is it, like the telecommunications company, they get lobbied, they get paid to not talk about guns. Let's not talk about the guns. Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about putting in metal detectors. Let's talk about everything else besides the gun. So I don't know how to get around that, dude.
Well, I guess what they need to do is, since this situation happened, I think they need to upgrade hotel security. They need to upgrade security.
Nah.
Well, no, but
I can't. I don't want to advocate for more security everywhere, because then it becomes more security everywhere. It's like, where's it gonna stop? If you put more shit, blah 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 or whatever. I keep saying blah 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 in a hotel. Then it doesn't end at the hotel, and then everywhere you go as a citizen becomes a fucking airport, right? You go to the supermarket, you're getting waved and patted down. You go to a fucking Blockbuster, if you can happen to find one of those still open, you're getting patted down. You go into any location where there's a gathering of more than 50 people or whatever, you're getting patted down, because somebody exploited the hotels today doesn't mean that somebody won't exploit something else tomorrow. And would we always going to keep following behind and just keep adding security to the place afterwards? And then, next somebody may hit this, so let's go ahead and preemptively. And then it becomes like, then you start to take away from, to me, I think, like, what it is to be in this country, and that is to be free, to be able to go about your day, go places without being harassed, bothered, stopped, checked. Right? If you want to throw all that away for safety, please, by all means, go ahead. But me?
Well, let me say this, okay? Remember when they had the shooter, right? That shooter at that Batman, right? At the movie theater, right? Who you were talking about, right?
Right.
Do you know now, Regal, the same place where that happened, any Regal you go to right now, they check your bags. They check women's purses. They look at any bags. They do that now. At every movie theater in Regal.
Right. That's
after that situation.
But that's a company policy. That is something that anybody can do at any time, shooting or not. It's not mandated. I've never been searched.
Now, do you think men would be bad? If the people turn around and sue that hotel, do you think they'll find security then?
Maybe. I don't know.
People die every single day. They say, "Oh, we're not going to have any airplanes because."
I think at this point you can play the if game or what if and this and that. It doesn't get anywhere. I personally think things are going to stay the way they are. I think until, I don't know. I don't know what's going to change. I don't know what is going to be the catalyst to change, or did I say that right? Whatever. What is going to be the determining factor that makes us actually do something? I don't know.
It depends. It depends. Would you say this if it was your mom that got killed or your child that got killed? Would you still say, "Oh, hey"?
Well, no.
You know
No, but see, that's kind of no. But see, that's a point that I've kind of already made. When it hits home, right, it means a little more to you.
Right.
So I can't. Like I said, I don't want to play the what if thing. If it was my mom, yes, I would be furious. But hopefully, through all the anger and the rage, that I could center myself and realize, dude, it's just another incident, and life is going to continue. People forget until the next one. And I personally can't do anything. I can only try. And to me, I don't want to say that that's what this live stream is, but it's just a discussion. At least if we're talking about it, maybe somebody out there in the side chat, maybe somebody who's watching this eventually one day down the road comes up with the fucking greatest goddamn idea that makes people on this side happy and people on this side happy. Maybe one day that happens. But until then, like, only thing we can do is sit back and talk about it. We can try to comfort the ones that are hurting and sympathize with their pain and where they're coming from, i.e. like Boosted earlier, him calling in talking about that, you know, his boss was killed there, right? Like that type of thing, man. If we can relate, or not relate, but if we can listen to those that are actually affected instead of the ones who per se have nothing to, who haven't lost anything because of this, I think that moves us as a people in the right direction.
Well, I have a question. What do you ultimately think is, like, personally, just you, and whether it's right or wrong, but what do you think is, like, is there, like, a solution? Like, what do you think is the right thing to do?
There isn't one.
Just like,
I can't. I've thought about this, but I don't know. I mean, how many mass shootings? I mean, look, this ain't the first one. I mean, we were all upset when the kids got shot. Right? We were all upset when, just fucking name it, dude. How many fucking mass shootings have we had? Like, big ones. Right? Colleges, fucking high schools. Right? This ain't the first time. It's not like this is new. But, you know.
Well, the thing is, this is what I think. The thing is like, whenever you have freedom, or whenever you have, like, a luxury thing, whether it's the luxury of driving or the luxury of flying or whatever have you, like a train, or, like, even if it's like a amusement park, there's always going to be collateral damage no matter what. So there's mass shootings occasionally, and they suck and they happen, but in all actuality, people die way more just from driving a car. You know what I mean? But there's not, like, implemented safety things being I mean, there's safety things like airbags, but there's not, like, a huge push for 100,000 people died in the last so many years, and we need to make stricter regulations, because the thing is that there's really honestly
but see,
no right or wrong answer. And the thing is, people die every single day.
Right, but to me, that's an unfair analogy, because one's an accident. One is an accident. The other isn't. One's an accident, one is premeditated.
Not just,
I mean, yeah, death happens, but sometimes, yeah. I mean, look, you fucking hit a patch of ice because it's fucking about to be winter. You hit a patch of ice, you fuck spin out, smack to a pole, goddamn it, you die. That's an accident. It's an unfortunate, sad situation. That could not have been prevented with at least what's currently on the table. As far as electronics and whatever you can do to a car to fucking make it correct and figure shit out or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, people being the target of a person, yeah, it's not their fault, but from the other side of the fence, that's not an accident. That dude knew that he was going to go out and do some fucked up shit today. But I feel where you're coming from. So, you know, like I said, I don't know, because I don't wanna upset or impede any of my friends that are gun owners, competent gun owners, and ones that don't take things to excess or whatever it may be. I don't want to offend them or feel like that. Yeah, I'm trying to fucking take their guns, whatever it may be. So, it's a very hard situation. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. And this is why I try to talk to people. This is why I've had gun conversations on my Friday live streams. Because I get somebody else's point of view. Look, I could sit down with a bunch of fucking people who agree with me, and we can all fucking circle jerk each other into fucking a goddamn kumbaya. But, you know, a lot of my friends that hang out or with us on Friday are gun owners, from Ghost Ninja to Tim Christ to Midwest. And when they speak, I get a different side. Sure, I don't agree with them in certain aspects, and I'm pretty sure they're like, the fuck is Red talking about? You know, whatever. But at the end of the day, we don't hate each other, so we can just still have that conversation. But I think instead of letting lawmakers, politicians, fucking, or whomever constantly decide whether we're going to have this conversation or not, I think us as Americans need to have this conversation ourselves. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to begin that conversation, but it needs to be had. Whether YouTube could fucking set a panel of gun owners on the left and fucking non-gun or intermingle them motherfuckers again. I don't know. But I think we need to talk about it, right? Constructively. Kind of like, you remember back in the day when Oprah and like Donahue and shit, like in the 90s, used to have like racial fucking shows and shit where they would bring like whatever, some motherfucker from the KKK and some dude from the fucking Panthers, and they'd be on the show and they'd be fucking talking about whatever. Like, to me, that shit kind of needs to happen instead of us just finding talking points or stats that we want to use to enhance our discussion or our side of the argument. But other than that, I don't know. I really don't know. I just.
And we'll never know what was in it. I think the main thing is we don't know what was in his head, what he was thinking. If we had an opportunity to keep him alive, to find out why, I think that would solve a lot of questions. I don't think that would be an issue. I just think his mental state of mind is what it is.
I think that there's always going to be psycho killers. There's always going to be Jack the Ripper. There's always going to be literally people on this earth that want to demolish you and kill you just because you're breathing. And the thing is that one day when you have a kid and this, that, and the other, you let them know that no matter where they are, they can be at a concert, they can be at the grocery store, they better be on their toes, aware, and ready to kill back or fight back or live their life. You cannot have a life. I mean, this is the thing. We're made of meat. We're vulnerable. We're delicate. I mean, you can't walk up the road. You should never walk up the side of the road and not think that you can't get hit by a car. You need to be aware at all times and be understanding, like Amaya's age, that there literally are bad guys out there who want you dead. Like, be aware. Like, yes, you're at a concert, but just be mindful that there are psychos in this world. You know what I mean? There's psychos out there.
I will say, well, cool. Look, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm about to wrap this show up. Yeah, we can sit here. We can talk about this shit all night, but no, Callie, I'll go ahead and give you. Look, Callie, I'll go ahead and give you the last.
Concerts and gatherings, Red One.
Wait, hold on, Callie Katana. I'll go ahead and give you the last word before I let you go. Go ahead.
I said stay away from mass gatherings and concerts and stuff. Yeah, bike nights are big, but I think places like where you get the most damage is where most of these things happen.
90 seconds.
Oh, 90 seconds. But yeah, nah, I feel you. I feel you.
I'll talk to you Friday.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Right.
Yeah, man. All right. Go ahead and end this right there. Boom like a shaka. Boom shakalaka.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Shut the fuck up. Thank you. Wait, I gotta close this little thing. Yeah. Boom. There we go. All right, guys. For all those that are still here, man, I appreciate you guys. Ride to Victory. Appreciate you, man. Over there, putting in some good information. Ghost Anime. All you guys over there, man, putting in some good information, yo. But honestly, after talking with Cal Katana's wife and other people, right? Like, where do we go from here? What's the fix action, et cetera, et cetera? I really think us sitting down and talking about it, I think will definitely be the best way to go about it. And I'm not talking like a Jerry Springer fucking talk about it. I'm talking get some intellectual people on the panel and sitting down and talking about it. Because I know for a fact that, yes, law-abiding gun owners are just as upset as non-gun owners are too. So until we get both sides of the story or both sides of the argument together, then we can sit down and just, all right, let's hash this out, dog. All right, so fucking bullet point number 1, ban guns. Other side, bullet point number 1, fuck yo banning of guns. All right, we're not banning guns. Got you. Or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I just think, you know, we need to have a good conversation. Big shout out Ghost Ninja. Ghost just woke up from his old man. Yeah. Hey, undercover. You know he just got through eating. Well, wait, no. Ghost eat dinner like it. I think 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. Y'all know he old, so he eat dinner early. He probably just had his late night snack. Probably had like some peanut brittle or some fruit cake. We went into a little food coma. He just woke up. Probably sitting in his rocking chair. He's probably doing a fucking crossword puzzle. Anyways. Cheesecake. Whatever. Anyways, guys. Much love and respect to everybody out there, man. For you guys that are here, for the ones that came through early and the ones that called in. Boosted, keep your head up, homie. You know, for all the ones that has lost loved ones, I've lost loved ones to tragic shootings and things like that. I can relate, but not on this kind of scale. Not at all. But we're Americans, man. We keep our head high, and you know, we try to do what's best. For everyone, the Ben Shapiro Show. Wait, fuck, I missed something. Check out Ben Shapiro Show. He has some good, educated folks on current Vegas situation. I don't like that little motherfucker. But every now and again, he be making some points. I'll be like, touche. But then he say some stupid shit. I'll be like, yeah, fuck that dude. Nah, hey, you know what's funny? Ghost, if you know who Ben Shapiro is, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of fucking Cars on Cars, dude. I shit you not. Just think about it. Think about it for a minute. But nah, I'm gonna definitely look into that Ride to Victory. Uh-oh. We still on? Okay. Shit buffered for a second over there, but we're good. But seriously though, mad love and respect to everybody out there, man. I'm glad to have talked about this. Makes me feel better. Kind of laughing at the end and smiling and stuff like that. You guys are awesome. This Friday is the Other Guys live. It's gonna start on Ghost Ninja's channel. Oh, by the way, Ghost, you're gonna have to fire that bitch up because you know, I got a DJ at the bike night. Boris is bringing coffee, so I'm gonna be late. I ain't gonna be there at about 9 o'clock. But yeah, man, like I said, right below me here, guys, this is all the victims who fortunately lost their lives, and this over here is just a slideshow of just different images I found. We will get through this. We will pursue, and you know, here soon I'm gonna be in Vegas partying, just like everyone else is. You know, I'm not gonna let this incident stop me from living my life, right? I'm not. I you know, I don't choose to live in fear off of someone else's actions, because I look at it like this. Right, and I guess maybe it's one of the reasons why I don't own a gun, or don't feel like I need a gun for protection. Because if it's my time to go, man, it's my time to go. Do you roll up on me with a shotty, you blow my goddamn brains out. Hey, man, I had a good little run. But shit, think about it. We all ride motorcycles. Shit, you want to live that fucking long? You better get you a trike. Or a fucking what's the name of that goddamn shit with the love seat? The love seat on wheels. The fuck is that thing called? Spider? No, not the Can-Am. The other one with the fucking wheel in the back. It's like it's right there. It's Somebody help me out in this bitch. What the fuck is that thing called? Anyways, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Somebody put it in the chat. Stay away from large crowds. Nah, bitch, I'm going directly into large crowds. Like I said, I don't give a fuck, man. I mean, granted, I may regret that shit one of these days, but for me, I don't care, man. Like, you gotta live your life, dude. You can't live in fear. If you live in fear, then you might as well just be T-Rex. No, not a T-Rex. Slingshot. Slingshot. Thank you. Thank you. Kyle Katana X. Appreciate it. About the like Dark did the other night, Tarkov. Yes, pretty much. We need to outlaw the Prius. Yeah, if you're gonna outlaw guns, you gotta take Priuses off the market. But then all the Prius drivers is gonna do is find some fucked up new version of a Prius, so they're just gonna move to a different Prius. Like, that's all that's gonna happen, dude. Something else is gonna become the Prius. Like, it just, dumbasses still gotta drive, man. It's not the car's fault. Personally, I could actually own a Prius for the fact that you get like a fucking like a $7,000 tax rebate in California, and then the fact that I can drive a lot of places without using that much fucking gas. But at the same time, I hate motherfuckers who drive Priuses. But look, I would be the good Prius driver. Like, if I saw you coming on the bike, looking in my mirror, I'm gonna be like, "Oh shit, he's coming." Let me go ahead and get over here as you go lane splitting by. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all back. I'd be the good Prius driver, or I'd put a big sticker or a big decal on the window that says, "Hey, I ride too," and then y'all be like, "Oh shit, a Prius, he rides too." Oh shit, it's Red One. Hey, what's up, bro? See? Anyways, look, I'm getting off topic, man. Getting off topic. Big shout out to Undercover Biker for stopping through, man. But yeah, guys, much love and respect to all y'all, man. Make sure y'all tune in this Friday for the other guys live. We may continue conversation on this a little bit, depending. Depends on who's on the panel. Because now, for me personally, like I said, I bring up Tim Kreitz, because, you know, I always respect Tim Kreitz's thoughts and stuff like that. So I'm curious to what Tim would have to say on this. But, you know, we'll see what happens this Friday. I heard he was a little under the weather or something like that. Make sure all that stuff and things. And I don't know what else. Much love and respect to all y'all. We'll see y'all this Friday. And deuces, man. Oh, also, those donation links are down there. If you want to donate to any of the GoFundMes, and then if you're feeling frisky, you want to go ahead and hit that super chat button, you can go ahead and do that. But I love you guys, man, and I'll see you this Friday. A red Prius. Yes, it would definitely be a red Prius. And you know what? I put some 20s on it, right? And I would personally bring back spinners. I was mad because I never got the chance to own spinners because I was overseas in Japan when them shits was popular. So, like, ordering them shits and trying to get them out to Japan was, like, really expensive. But I always said that if I owned a pair of spinners, I would have me, like, a fucking notepad suction cup to the windshield, and I would write down how many motherfuckers ran stoplights because I pulled up, and then they look and they see the rim spinning, so they think I was fucking about to pull off or some shit, and they would just shoot through to the intersection. Like, I don't know why I'm telling y'all this, but I'm bringing back spinners, man. I'm bringing back spinners. Yes, I'm bringing them shits back, but they're gonna have LEDs on them, and they're gonna light up, and and it's gonna be like Bluetooth control, right? Control it with the Red One app, and it's just gonna be dope, man. It's just gonna be dope. I'm having Dark over there to SA Customs hooked at it. What the fuck am I talking about? Spin your ass out of here. You hey, don't be hating over here because your ass on a Honda. Anyways, I love you guys, man. Y'all be easy. Back to die.